So, Ignacio Bahamondes will be fighting Jalin Turner. Jalin Turner is one of the UFC fighters that I am more, if not most, critical of because I started out as a fan of him, and then I've just witnessed frustrating fight after frustrating fight. One of the by far most frustrating was his fight against Renato Moicano, where he basically dropped Renato early, stunned him, sent him on his ass, and walked away from him. He dropped Renato and proceeded to walk away like he won the fight without the ref stepping in or anything. He just walked away. He did not look for a ref to step in. He did not look to see if Renato was unconscious. He punched him. He saw Renato fall and assumed Renato was out so he could walk away and celebrate with his corner. The most stupid shit I've seen in a while. Absolutely fucking awful. 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 What? Walks away, lets Renato get back up, and Renato wills his way to a victory later on in the fight. Let's talk about his fight against Dan Hooker. A good fight, a competitive fight where Jalin Turner landed a couple of really devastating shots. But nearing the end of the fight, what did Jalin Turner refuse to do? Actually finish the fight. A gassed out Jalin Turner literally just fucking shrugged his shoulders and halfway fought Dan Hooker to the end of the match. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid stuff. Jalin Turner, to me at least, is one of the laziest fighters I've ever seen. His attitude stinks. And basically, in my opinion, he and Kevin Holland, Jalin Turner and Kevin Holland could be fucking twins. Both of them lazy, unmotivated, and yet physically gifted in reach and striking. It's the same shit. Carbon copies of one another. Lazy guys with good reach who could easily knock out their opponents, but just either they slack off in camp or slack off in the cage. I don't know what it is, but as a spectator, it looks like they're slacking off no matter what the fuck they do. They got this fuck it attitude where, they don't really care. And you know what? They could keep on not carrying their way to the fucking to karate combat or street beefs, with the GFL. The GFL's taking fighters, so maybe you could hop on over there and fight for 5K or some shit. But yeah, Ignacio Bahamondes, on the other hand, a great fighter, a great striker. His fight at UFC Noche, really good one. Early finish. Looks really deadly, and he's tall, just like Jalin Turner is. Jalin Turner's pretty much fucked, because in addition to the fact that Jalin Turner is lazy and largely unmotivated at times, he doesn't have the reach advantage. Ignacio Bahamondes is also tall and has good reach and knows how to use it when striking. Jalin's fucked, Of course, Jalin Turner could pull out the win if he decides to actually try and fight. His striking has looked really good. And before he got finished by Renato Moicano, he was able to drop Renato Moicano, So the striking for Jalin Turner is there. It's just whether or not he wants to show up to work. And even if he does show up, I'm still going with Ignacio Bahamondes, just given how deadly he is, So yeah, I'm excited for the fight because Jalin Turner is still young. Ignacio is young, so these are a couple of young fighters, good strikers. They're deadly. It's just that one fighter is coming off of a good win, or has a good win at UFC Noche, and the fighter he's fucking fighting, Jalin Turner, has just looked lazy in basically most of his fights. And above all, fucked up his fight against Renato Moicano in a really, really stupid way. So give me Ignacio Bahamondes, obviously. As you can tell, I'm not a Jalin Turner fan. I try to look at this stuff unbiasedly, without bias. But in this fight, I still think I'm looking at it without bias. I'm just looking at how Jalin Turner has looked in previous fights, and he doesn't look good. Ignacio Bahamondes looks great, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm still going with Ignacio. Jalin Turner could obviously win this fight still because it's the fight game and anything can happen. Just looking at the fucking way these two have been fighting recently, give me Ignacio. Jalin Turner, again, lazy, unmotivated, distracted. Um, and it's just sad to see because I would love to see fighters like him and and Jamal Hill, um, even Kevin Holland too. I like to see fighters like him, Jamal Hill, and Kevin Holland, talented strikers, do well. But it seems like all three of them have the same fucking problem with focus, motivation, um, you know, bottom line focus really, and motivation with Kevin Holland. But the other two, it's just focus. Overall, Ignacio Bahamondes should win this one pretty well. Jalin Turner has a chance because any fighter has a chance. It's MMA and it's the UFC. Anything can happen. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.